Alrighty Exiles, it's league start time again and you all know what that means. As this one is a bit more complicated, we'll be taking a little more time to go through it than usual, so let's get right into it. This is how it works. As the name suggests, this build uses both Splitting and Lancing Steel as the primary damage dealers. Splitting Steel is your main clear ability used for mapping. It fires out steel shards that split on impact, dealing area damage when split, and again when the split projectiles explode at the end of their travel. Lancing Steel, on the other hand, fires out a cluster of shards in front of you which then fire a sequence of projectiles dealing damage to enemies in close range, providing a very noticeable improvement in single target damage. Steel skills use a skill-specific resource called steel shards that are consumed upon use. Call of Steel pulls out these shards from nearby enemies and corpses, dealing AoE damage and effectively reloading your main skills. Champion provides us permanent fortify, stun immunity, armor, evasion, and attack speed while fortified, as well as increased damage and defenses when we impale enemies. We also take first to strike, last to fall, which gives us adrenaline for 20 seconds upon reaching low life, which is a significant DPS boost and something we will be able to consistently reach. Our primary defenses are determination, grace, and spell suppression, providing us with a decent amount of armor, evasion, and a 100% chance to reduce spell damage by 50%. The reason we go low life at all is because we can effectively double our damage using both the Bloodthirst support gem and the adrenaline buff, which we can keep up virtually all the time. Leveling is relatively simple, you just slap a two-handed weapon on and go ham. However, I don't advise transitioning to low life until you've obtained the Savior and have acquired most of your defensive passives. The key takeaway for all this is that you must have at least 51% of your life unreserved. This is to reliably keep the adrenaline buff up all the time. Even with petrified blood, we can still heal above low life using a life flask, meaning as long as we never reserve more than 49% of our life, we can heal with a flask, take a hit down to 50%, which then procs adrenaline and the Bloodthirst scaling. So long as you're a few points of health above 50%, enough to heal with a flask, you'll be fine. So just pay attention to the gem levels of your auras while leveling. While leveling, feel free to use whatever weapon gives the highest physical damage. Terminus S is a powerful leveling item that will carry you through early maps and is generally cheap early league. Once you're ready to transition to dual wield, pick up Ichimonji and Dreadbeak as your early game options. Ichimonji can help reserve more auras in the early game, while Dreadbeak increases damage and gives onslaught while on low life. Eventually, you'll want to replace Ichimonji with the Savior, which has an extremely noticeable damage increase. When you crit with the Savior, the Reflection skill triggers, summoning a Mirage Savior who fights alongside you, doing the same attack you triggered them with, in this case, one of our steel skills. You can have up to 2 of these Mirages, dramatically improving your clear speed through maps. Paradoxica is the final weapon upgrade for whenever you can afford it, causing attacks to deal double damage and hence making flat sources of physical damage through items like steel rings very desirable. Rizlafa's Coil is a flat DPS boost that then scales extraordinarily well with Paradoxica, but is still respectable even without the weapon. While the rest of your gear is rears to fill out life and resists as usual. A special mention goes to the helmet, boots, and body armor, which can all have chance to suppress spells, saving you a significant chunk of passive points. And that's it, my friends. As always, check the POB in description for more information. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.